Hi guys, welcome to Cheryl's Book Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about a book called Forbidden. It's by TABITHA SUZUMA. It is 454 pages. It's got 26 chapters with an epilogue. This is a good book. This is a great book. I liked it a lot. I think I read it in about a day and a half. I had a hard time putting it down. It's basically about a family who has two teenage children, 18 and 17, and I believe there's a 14 or 15-year-old as well, and a younger couple of kids that are about 7 or 8 years old. They are being somewhat raised by a single mother. For the most part, she is one of these mothers that I think has had a rough life involving the children. The father took off, left, died, whatever the case. So she's kind of left to take care of them on her own. But unfortunately, she spends more of her time with her boyfriend and his family than she does her own children. She pretty much abandons them for long periods of time, and the two teenage kids are left to care for the younger ones, cook dinner, get them home from school, take them to the doctor, all the typical things. This book does have a pretty taboo subject matter. I actually found it because I googled books with taboo subject matter. This one is a love story. It's a love story between the two older teenagers. I think they kind of feel abandoned by their mother, left on their own to sort of be adults at this point, and they haven't even finished high school yet. I like this author. She has the ability to make you sympathize for what normally, if you were to hear a story like this on the news, you would be sitting there going, oh my god, I don't even think so. The brother and sister form a romance, I guess a love, you could say. At the top of the book it says, sometimes love chooses you. Well, in this case it chose this brother and sister. They're torn between what they know is right and what they know is wrong. They're torn between the laws that they have to abide by within the community that they live in. They are pretty much, for the most part, lost and abandoned in the world, I think. I think this author has a really good way of making you sympathize for the characters who are, you know, behaving in the taboo nature that most people would definitely view as not sociably acceptable. Basically, like I said, I could not put this book down. It is a drama. There's not a whole lot of action or, you know, things like that. It's just the story itself is very captivating, and it made it very difficult to put this book down. I would recommend it. I like it a lot. I think that most people would like it a lot. There are no really bad people in this book. Metaphor, for the most part, is our antagonist and our protagonist. Torn between doing right and wrong versus what your heart tells you to do can be a very difficult choice to make, and these characters have a tough choice to make. This is a primary example of what can happen if you behave like this mother does. It really made me think a lot, because I have two kids myself that are 1 year and 1 day apart, which is not much age difference between the two, you know, between the brother and the sister in this book, who are about a year apart. This family, all they know is each other, really. They have their friends at school and, you know, different things like that, you know, their playground friends and stuff. But as far as everything else goes, it's just this family. And this brother and sister who are, you know, charged with having to raise their younger siblings have basically X'd out the concept of being brother and sister and are more or less focusing on them being parental figures to the younger siblings. A lot of bad things happen in this book. A lot of things that that would be definitely considered tragic in a real world situation. As far as how the book ends, I thought that it ended pretty much the only way it could. It was a great ending. I was expecting that it would end this way, just, you know, based on the information given in the book. There's really not a good way to end a situation like this. So, anyway, I'm not very good at giving reviews. I'm just giving you my opinion on what I think of this book, and I think it's a good book. I think you should go out and buy it. I have the hardback edition. Once again, it's called Forbidden, and it's from TABITHA SUZUMA. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, because I really love your book here. After having read this, it's just about guaranteed that this author is going to get more reads out of me. Like I said, it's a good book. It's a really, really good book. The subject matter I can understand. Some people may not be willing to tackle it, but if you are, I would highly recommend that you read it, and I think if you did, you would enjoy it. I like how the author has a way of making you sympathize with the bad behavior, and at least making you understand where these two characters are coming from and how this bond was forged. So, anyway, I recommend it. Go out and buy it. I will put a link at the bottom of this video for thriftbooks.com and for also Amazon.com. I'm a huge avid fan of people recycling their books, reselling, sharing literature throughout the world. So if you have any questions or comments regarding this book, feel free to comment at the end of the video. That's it. Have a good day.